Well, I don't know where it's going.
Allergies. It's cold and
no,
on the
I'm
set,
not allergic to anything, man. Yeah, that's... So, you're looking good.
Thank you.
I know like a lot.
Why?
What happened?
I just got tired of doing. Well, no, I didn't do it myself, but you know, had
It said, no, we don't want you.
No, I had stopped before the show, and then for the show, they kind of wanted me to be a color. They wanted me to be like red or blonde or something like that, and it just didn't feel right with the character. It just, I mean,
it's a beautiful shade of gray, though. Some people it doesn't look as good. That's good.
But it was risky.
And it's an ageist business.
I know.
I think it's gorgeous, actually.
It works, and it works.
I would ask you about your character, Harriet Korn. She was fired from her blue chip law firm, and she's looking for...
Kind of wandering the streets, stoned.
The characters that come through, which are very interesting. This is a David Kelly project. Now, David Kelly, he did Ally McBeal, the drama. He did Boston Legal, L.A. Law. You guest starred on L.A. Law, and you're wonderful. What makes this one different? Well, it's so funny, Kathy, because he wrote this part for a man.
Like a real Harry,
right? Like a real Harry, and you got it, and you do it so well. How did you get the part?
Yeah, how did that happen?
I think they couldn't find any guys that they liked to play Harry.
Men just do it so much better. I mean, the women do it so much better than the men, don't they?
DNA.
So, and then actually, the producer's wife came up with my name. Said, why don't y'all use Kathy Bates? And so then they sent me the script. Harriet business, you know. So.
We share a sick obsession together, you and I, The Bachelor.
Oh, yes.
And I see Brad Womack in his underwear. Is that true?
Yes, I did. That's how we met. That's how we met at the Tonight Show. He came in with his, well, he had a robe on, but he had his tighty whities on, and and we both just looked at each other and just said, "This is surreal. This is just wild."
Who do you think he's going to pick? Chantal, Emily?
I hope he picks Emily.
I know.
Now, which one is Emily?
Emily's the blonde. Okay, and Emily's the most sane of any of them. Don't you think?
Well, that's the reason why he won't pick her.
Are you sure?
They have the crazy ones, and then they never really marry them.
That could have been trouble.
Yeah, that was Madison.
She's a Bachelor person.
Let's watch the finale together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Someone told me that you...
I wanted to play Michael C. Hall's part, so I would have to play. I guess they'd have to do like another kind of storyline like they did with John Lithgow, and I'd have to
cat killer.
Yeah, you've been doing this a long time, but a lot of people don't know that one of your first guest starring roles was All My Children, and you used to torment Erica Kane. We got a clip. It hasn't stopped. You always play these like angry, crazy, curmudgeon-like types of characters. You said it just would be too much work for you to play a happy-go-lucky at all.
No, it's just a...
To be bad.
Yeah.
That's right.
We thank Kathy Bates, Harry's Law. Airs Monday nights. Check your local listings. We'll be right back with Secret Million.
We love a reunion.
I just have to say, how is it possible Peter met?
Well, if you saw how loud you are.
I just don't think we were in the same place.
The voiceover in different places.
Sure. Wow. So young. You guys are both roughly 5 or 6 when you started that. How did you get the job? And then how did you actually do it? Did you read it yourselves? Did you have coaches?
Of course we read it ourselves.
But you talk. I've been in the 6 films. Mr. Disney were looking for a boy's face on the idea. And he had seen a couple of films I was in.
Oh, so ready. But you would express and they would sketch, which is so fascinating, right? Your expressions were Bambi's.
I sat on a stool, and anybody on the planet, look right, look at front. I thought, man, Castro. So they said, Castro, I went, hold it.
Didn't they also, didn't they have to bring in also a zoo that you guys could, some of the anatomy?
They did have a little zoo on the
But the one scene, first of all, I told you backstage that emotional and upsetting to me as a child that my mother would get killed. But this mother, it's so hard to get that out of yourself.
A whole lot of folks, in those animations, they drew every single movement, every raindrop, okay? they do the animation around the voices, not the other way around.
Yeah.
And, 15, 20 minutes went by, and this man in behind me, there's 2 or 3 people in the. I believe she went, but it works fine. So your mother's in trouble.
Did you have an idea of what the expected of Bambi?
Had no idea.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's so funny. Like, if we talk about life after Bambi, you ended up in an orphanage after falling out with your family. You ran away from the orphanage, and you ended up living in a boarding house until you joined the Marines. So when you were in the Marines, did you ever tell you to Bambi? Oh, you guess not.
Help me with this a little bit. Talk about any of the films. Now, I'm in the Marine Corps. I just didn't think about all the films. Now, Lieutenants had found out I was.
I mean, because I'm sorry. You ended up, you attended a prestigious school, including Yale. Yeah. You volunteered for the Army, but like Donnie, did you say anything to your friends?
No, I grew up.
Both of you, neither of you told your wives until you were married, right?
You didn't tell your wives?
Neither of them until you were married did you tell your wives,
that
right?
That was a great point with you.
Never used it as a.
Did you ever meet Walt Disney? Did you meet Walt?
We did when he was at the zoo, and once while during a recording session.
What about you guys? Both have kids and grandkids. What do they think of the fact that you were Bambi?
Joy.
They know now today.
Folks, I bet you that Peter and I could have. No bill, lots of money, up to us, and they'll let us in and talk. So I'm having the time of my life as Bambi.
We did.
Okay, so everybody's probably asking, what do you do?
Grandchildren aren't that. They're impressed.
To be impressed.
Agreed.
You have a rabbit? Did you ever have a pet?
That was your
was
pet?
at the studio. That was at the studio.
Oh, that was
but you had
That was the studio.
Yeah, that was the studio.
What are you both doing now, quickly, before we go? What are you doing?
Do you live in a little Warren?
No, I lived in Warren.
Where are you?
Bambi?
I too.
We want to thank Donnie and Pete not only for bringing their wonderful voices, also for your service to our country. Such a great film. Hey, members of our audience are taking home a copy of Bambi on both Blu-ray